Yo, 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 what's good? What's good, people? How y'all doing out there, man? How y'all doing, man? Big shout out to all the new subscribers, man, that done came through, showed us love. Big shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all checking us out. Big shout out to the other guys in the group, JB, Rashad, Kobe Bryant Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. Y'all sub up to their page, give them a follow, and check out their content, man, and like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff as we continue to move forward. All right, so crybaby ass Knicks fans been crying all over YouTube and stuff like that. I just seen this pop up. It's going around, and Knicks fans and their feelings about what Candace Parker and Becky Hammond had to say about Jalen Brunson. I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts on it. I think it's way overblown. And I think if people would do more listening to the full thoughts of these women, you would see it's no big deal. You know, every time somebody critique their favorite player on their team, you got to go get a damn Kleenex box and start crying like a damn baby. Okay? Uh, First off, what we're going to do is I'm going to play what Becky Hammond said. The whole thing started with her. And then Candace Parker was on TNT. She responded to it. And everybody's been attacking Candace Parker, crying behind Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a heck of a player, but if I listen to everything that they said, it wasn't that big of a deal. But since the crybaby ass Knicks fans who ain't won shit since the Rumble in the Jungle 50 years ago and shit like that, or however many years ago, they whine and cry and think somebody attacking their player. But anyway, let's listen to what Becky Hammond had to say, and then we'll come back.
If your best player is small, you're not winning. John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, you could go down the list. Steph Curry is the only.
But he's not that small. He's not that small. He's like 6'3".
But also though, I mean, he's the greatest shooter to ever walk the planet. He's in a
outlier.
class.
Okay.
But
All right, so just where everything initiated at. Now, if you listen to what Becky Hammond said there, she is correct. If you know anything about the history of the NBA, most of the championships were won when your best player was a big man until more recent modern times. Off the top of my head, the only team I can think of, and y'all can correct me in the comments, that won where the undisputed best player on the team was a small guy was the Bad Boy Pistons with Isaiah Thomas. I could be wrong. Y'all can correct me, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Um, Steph Curry. Steph Curry is about 6'3". I don't know if you consider him super, super small. He is a smaller guard. But like they said, Steph Curry, because he's the greatest shooter ever lived, he's an anomaly. I don't consider him that small. But if you want to consider him a small guard, okay, cool. Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head. That's a small guard that led a team to a championship. There's been small guards that led teams to the playoffs, but historically, leading teams to championships, which is the goal, people, to win championships. Becky Hammond, what she said is correct. She went through some names. Iverson got to the finals. He did a hell of a job in 01. They didn't win. John Stockton. With Utah, they never won. They did get to the finals. I don't know if him or Karl Malone's the best player. I think it's Karl Malone, but you know, so that is true. So, what is the problem? What is the problem with what she said? Did she disrespect Jalen Brunson? No. Did she say Jalen Brunson couldn't play? No. Did she say I don't know, anything negative about Jalen Brunson that I heard of? No. But anyway, let's go to Candace Parker. They asked her about it on TNT. She gave her opinion. Let's listen to what she said, the full thing, or as much as I can find, and then I'll respond to that.
We've seen Jalen Brunson in the playoffs with the Mavs, and he was number 2, number 3, came in, played minutes, supplemented Luka handling the ball. But as a number 1 option last year in the playoffs, great first round, second round, not so much. So I'm in agreement with her. I do think that also we're talking about offensively, but defensively as well. If we look at what the Warriors had to do with Steph Curry in their runs, defensively, they had to have other top defenders.
All right. So that is Candace Parker. I couldn't find a full clip, full clip, but that is what she said. She was responding to Becky Hammond. Now, what has got Knicks fans crying? They clean up about, yeah, they're talking about my baby Jalen Brunson. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn Knicks fans. What got them in their feelings is she said in the second round, not so much. Now, I'm pretty certain, and I read the quotes by Candace Parker. She responded in the New York Post and on Twitter. She misspoke there. She misspoke by saying not so much. What she was trying to say is, and she went on to explain it, and the other YouTubers and stuff that's on YouTube, you Knicks fans that's crying, y'all are cutting off the audio when it says not so much. And she misspoke on that part. What she was trying to say is, and she went on to say in the New York Post, Jalen Brunson being an undersized guard, historically, teams have not won championships with undersized guards. And when they played Miami, he was not the best player on the court on both ends of the court. Okay? On the defensive end, in case you slow motherfuckers don't know, there's 2 sides of the court. And if you go back in that Miami series, on the defensive end, at times, they were picking on Jalen Brunson. So guess what? If you got a Jimmy Butler that's posting up Jalen Brunson on the switch, guess what? The Knicks have to send another guy to come help. The ball swing. You got an open shooter in the corner. He got a wide open 3. Bang, he make it. And why is it? Because they had to come help Jalen Brunson because he is a liability on the defensive end of the floor. So what she's saying is correct. And she talked about Steph Curry. I wish I could have found the full thing. But Steph Curry, as great as he is, and he did lead his team to championships, he was also a liability on the defensive end. He didn't play defense well. But, and she spoke about this, they surrounded him with other great defensive players to help compensate for his weakness. They had a prime Klay Thompson, who was a really good defender. They had Draymond Green. They had Andre Iguodala. They had Andrew Bogut, JaVale McGee, who could help protect the rim. These guys, they surrounded with Steph Curry so that, you know, when he got picked on the defensive end, they can help him. These guys were great defenders, you know. So what she saying is correct. Everybody just got thrown off because she said not so much and she misspoke. Now, she should not have said that, true. But play the full damn audio clip. You damn Knicks fans, I done seen y'all on YouTube. Play the full goddamn clip. Where she talks about defensive. She said, all y'all doing is focusing on the offensive end. And I know the media and social media and stuff like that, all they done pumped into y'all head is offense. Shooting threes, field goal percentage, and stuff like that. That's all they preach. But let me tell you something. If you want to win a championship, at some point, you slow motherfuckers, you're going to have to make some damn stops. You're going to have to make stops. So, when you got an undersized guard like Brunson, who is a liability on the defensive end, he is going to get picked on and attacked. And guess what? That happened. And guess what, Knicks fans? Y'all lost to the Miami Heat. Y'all lost. So, let me read what Candace Parker said in the New York Post. They got a hold of her. Everybody been attacking her. Knicks fans been in their feelings, crying. Don't talk about my baby Brunson. I know we ain't won nothing since the Rumble in the Jungle. But don't. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Let me read what Candace Parker said. Damn, man. She said, quote, and in the second round, on the defensive end, Miami picked on Jalen Brunson a great deal. And Jimmy Butler was, in fact, the best player on the court. And my thing was especially, it was no slight to Jalen Brunson. I think he makes everyone around him better. I think he makes winning plays. Okay, she misspoke by saying not so much. That's all she did. She shouldn't have said that little part there. Okay. She also went on to say, it is my job to give my opinion. And she also said she believes the Knicks in-season trades for OG Anunoby in late December and for Bogdanovic and Alex Burke the last weekend address their needs for a defensive upgrade and additional shooting around their two all-stars, Brunson and Julius Randle, for what? For the playoffs. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. Yes, Jalen Brunson is a baller. He's a heck of a player. I heard the video by Uncut Hoops. Did a great job breaking down all the great things that Jalen Brunson did in the playoffs in the second round. And he broke it down. And what Candace Parker said was true. When he played for the Mavericks, he was a second or third option. Now, yes, there were a few games that a few years ago when Luka got hurt and Jalen Brunson stepped in against Utah and he played very well. But on the Mavericks team, he was not the guy. He was the second or third option. Luka Doncic is the guy. I know. I watch the Mavericks. I live in Texas. I watch the Mavericks all the time. I know about Jalen Brunson. He was the second or third option. Even though he did play very well against Utah those few games that Luka got hurt. Nobody's knocking Jalen Brunson, man. Get out your damn feelings. If you listen to everything she said, she is correct. Historically, little men have not led teams to championships. That is a historical fact. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. If we look at the history of the champions in the NBA, other than Isaiah Thomas with the Bad Boy Pistons and Steph Curry. Okay, if you want to consider Steph Curry a small man, if there's anything else I'm missing, please inform me in the comments. And yes, in the second round last year, I'm looking at the numbers now. Jalen Brunson averaged 31 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. Uncle Hoops broke it down where he scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. He played well offensively. But guess what? In order to win championships, to make that next step, you're going to have to make defensive stops at some point in the game. You can jack up all the threes you want, do this run and gun, you can average 30, you can do all that. But if you're not stopping nobody, you're not going to win championships. And guess what, Knicks fans? Y'all have not won any championships since way back then. Rumble in the Jungle, Thriller Manila, whatever, them fights back then. That's the last time y'all done won. Jalen Brunson ain't won jack shit yet. The Knicks made some great trades. Maybe they will win the championship. If Jalen Brunson wins the championship this year, everybody will salute him. We'll give him all the props in the world. Nobody is trashing Jalen Brunson. Get out your damn feelings. Quit crying. He is a baller. He is a star. But he has limitations. And the Knicks are going to have to address that. And they did in the playoffs when you have those matchups when when the other teams can key in on their defense and attack his little ass. In case you didn't know, the dude is 6 foot tall, 6'1", or whatever he is. He is a liability on the defensive end. So quit crying. I agree with Candace Parker's overall point and her premise. She is correct. She just misspoke on that one part when she said the second round, not so much. She could have kept that part out. And she could have just said, Jalen Brunson played well offensively, but in my opinion, Jimmy Butler overall was the best player on the court. And I agree with her. If you look at this series, even though Brunson put up better offensive numbers, Jimmy Butler was the most impactful player on the court on both ends of the floor. He made big plays, big shots, the stop runs, the increase the lead. He made big defensive stops, big steals, big blocks. Even his assists and stuff he was making were very impactful. Jimmy Butler overall was the best player on the court. Even though Jalen Brunson had his offensive numbers and his efficiency was a little bit better. But defensively, it wasn't nowhere close. Jimmy Butler was way more impactful than Jalen Brunson. He was. And he was the best player overall on the floor. Go back and look at the series. Nobody's taking nothing away from Jalen Brunson. He's a baller. But he has his limitations. And the Knicks did a great job addressing it. More shooting, more scoring, and defense to help him out on the defensive end. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what a GM is supposed to do. And maybe the Knicks will win the championship. And if they do, salute to Jalen Brunson. We don't have no problem with dude, man. It's you crybaby ass Knicks fans that we got a problem with. Get out your feelings. Quit crying. Listen to the full audio. Listen to the full text of what Candace Parker and Becky Hammond are saying. Digest it. Think first before you start crying and react. Think. Listen. What are they saying? Is it making sense? Overall, okay, she misspoke right here. Is what Becky Hammond and Candace Parker, what are they saying? Is it true? Let me think. Any little men in the one championship that led Isaiah Steph? That's not even 1% of the champion. You know? That's that. So Knicks fans, get over it. Quit crying. Jalen Brunson, go win your championship, bruh. And you won't get nothing but respect and love from behind the bench, man. We ain't got no issue with you. I ain't got no issue with you, bruh. None. Do your thing, bruh. The world is yours. And quit crying, Knicks fans. Quit crying. I'm out, man. I'll catch y'all next time.